Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is going to be a little different, and honestly, I think it's going to be one of our most useful episodes for English learners.
Really? That sounds exciting. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're starting a brand new series called Learn English Through Everyday Problems and Solutions. Instead of only learning vocabulary or grammar, we're going to learn English through real situations that people face in everyday life.
I like that idea. After all, we don't use English only in classrooms. We use it when something unexpected happens and we need to ask questions, explain a problem, or ask someone for help.
Exactly. Think about it for a moment. Maybe you've lost your wallet, missed a bus, ordered the wrong food, couldn't find your hotel, forgot your phone somewhere, or even got lost in a new city.
Those situations can happen to anyone. The good news is that if you know a few useful expressions, you can stay calm and solve the problem much more easily.
That's why in every episode, we'll tell a real-life story step by step. We'll explain what happened, what English was used, and why those expressions are useful.
And don't worry if you're a beginner. We'll speak naturally, but we'll use simple English that's easy to understand and easy to practice.
Our goal isn't to teach difficult words. Our goal is to help you communicate confidently in real life.
That's right. Sometimes one simple sentence like, "Excuse me, could you help me?" is more useful than knowing 50 difficult words.
I completely agree. Confidence comes from using the English you already know, not from trying to use complicated vocabulary.
So, Emily, what's today's everyday problem?
Today's story is about something that happened to you last weekend, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I never thought buying a cup of coffee would turn into such an interesting English lesson.
That sounds mysterious already. What happened?
Let's just say I accidentally ordered the wrong drink, misunderstood a simple question, and learned an important lesson about listening carefully.
I can't wait to hear the whole story, and I'm sure our listeners feel the same way.
As always, listen carefully because we'll explain useful expressions that you can use in your own daily conversations.
So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's improve our English together.
Are you ready?
Let's get started. All right, Tom, you really made me curious. How can buying a cup of coffee become such an interesting story?
I asked myself the same question afterward. I thought it would only take 2 or 3 minutes, but it turned into a great English lesson.
So where did this happen?
It happened last Saturday morning. I woke up a little earlier than usual and decided to visit a new coffee shop that had just opened near my apartment.
That sounds like a relaxing way to start the weekend.
It really was. The cafe looked beautiful. There were lots of customers, soft music was playing, and the smell of fresh coffee filled the whole place.
I can imagine it already. So everything started well?
Yes, I walked in, looked at the menu, and joined the line. While I was waiting, I tried to decide what I wanted to drink.
Was the menu easy to understand?
Most of it was. I saw drinks like Americano, latte, cappuccino, mocha, and flat white. Some names were familiar, but a few were completely new to me.
That's normal. Coffee shops often have drinks with names that English learners don't hear every day.
Exactly. I thought, I'll just order a latte. That should be easy.
Sounds simple enough.
A few minutes later, it was my turn.
What did the barista ask?
She smiled warmly and said, "Good morning. What can I get for you today?"
That's one of the most common greetings at a coffee shop.
Yes, I smiled back and replied, "I'd like a medium latte, please."
Perfect. So where did the problem begin?
The barista asked another question.
What did she ask?
She asked, "Would you like it hot or iced?"
Oh, that's a very common question.
It is now, but at that moment, I didn't catch the word iced. The cafe was a little noisy, and I thought she asked something completely different.
What did you do?
I didn't want to ask her to repeat the question, so I just guessed.
Uh-oh, that's usually not a good idea.
You're absolutely right. I smiled and said yes.
Tom, that wasn't even an answer to her question.
I know. The moment I said it, I realized something was wrong because she looked slightly confused.
What did she say?
She smiled politely and asked again, "I'm sorry, hot or iced?"
This time you understood.
Yes, because she spoke a little more slowly. Then I realized she wasn't asking whether I wanted coffee, she was asking how I wanted it.
So what did you say?
I smiled and replied, hot, please.
Great! Problem solved.
Exactly. Then she entered my order into the computer and asked another question.
Let me guess.
She asked, would you like anything to eat?
That's another useful expression.
I looked at the display and saw several delicious sandwiches and cakes.
Did you order one?
Yes, I pointed to a chicken sandwich and said, I'd like that chicken sandwich, please.
Nice and simple.
A few minutes later, I paid for my order and waited near the collection counter.
Everything went smoothly after that?
Almost.
What happened next?
Well, when the barista called out a customer's name, I accidentally picked up the wrong coffee.
Oh no!
I honestly thought it was mine because the cups looked almost identical.
Did anyone stop you?
Just as I was about to take a sip, another customer smiled and said, "Excuse me, I think that's my coffee."
Oh, that must have been embarrassing.
It was. I quickly looked at the cup written on the name and realized it wasn't mine.
What did you say?
I immediately apologized and said, "I'm so sorry, I picked up the wrong drink."
That's exactly the right thing to say.
The customer smiled and replied, "No problem, it happens all the time."
That's very kind.
A few seconds later, the barista called my name, and this time I carefully checked the cup before picking it up.
I think you learned an important lesson.
Definitely. From that day on, I stopped pretending to understand every question. If I don't hear something clearly, I simply ask politely.
That's one of the best habits an English learner can develop.
I couldn't agree more.
So, what happened after you finally got your coffee?
That's where today's story becomes even more interesting, because I accidentally started a conversation with a stranger that taught me several new English expressions.
Really?
Yes.
Last time, you finally got the right coffee after accidentally picking up someone else's drink.
That's right. I thought the story was over, but something unexpected happened just a few minutes later.
Now I'm curious. What happened?
I found an empty table near the window and sat down with my coffee and sandwich. It was a quiet morning and I just wanted to relax.
That sounds peaceful.
It was, for about 2 minutes.
Let me guess. Someone came to talk to you?
Exactly. A man about my age walked over and smiled politely.
What did he say?
He pointed at the empty chair and asked, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?"
That's a very useful expression. We hear it all the time in cafes and restaurants.
Yes. I smiled and replied, "No, please have a seat."
Nice and natural.
He thanked me, sat down, and placed his coffee on the table.
Did the conversation start right away?
Not immediately. We both enjoyed our coffee for a minute. Then he looked at me and smiled.
What did he ask?
He said, "Is this your first time here?"
That's an easy question, but very useful for starting a conversation.
I nodded and answered, "Yes. I usually go to another coffee shop, but I wanted to try somewhere new today."
Good answer.
Then I asked him, "How about you? Do you come here often?"
Perfect. That's how you keep a conversation going.
He laughed and said, almost every Saturday. The coffee here is excellent.
So, he was a regular customer.
Yes. Then he asked another question.
What was it?
He asked, what do you usually do on weekends?
That's another common question in everyday conversations.
I replied, I usually study English, watch movies, and sometimes visit new cafes.
That's a nice answer because it tells the other person a little about you.
Exactly. Then I asked him the same question.
What did he say?
He said, I enjoy reading books, hiking, and meeting new people.
That's interesting.
Then he smiled and said something that made me laugh.
Really?
He looked at my coffee and asked, did you order what you wanted this time?
He noticed what happened earlier?
Yes. Apparently he had seen me pick up the wrong coffee.
Oh no.
I laughed and replied, yes, this one is definitely mine.
That's a great response.
He said, "Don't worry, I've done the same thing before."
That probably made you feel better.
It really did. Then he gave me some helpful advice.
What did he say?
He said, if you don't understand someone, don't be afraid to say, "Could you say that again, please?" Most people are happy to repeat themselves.
That's excellent advice for every English learner.
I completely agreed. I realized that pretending to understand only creates more problems.
Exactly. Asking politely is always the better choice.
After talking for nearly 20 minutes, I noticed something surprising.
What was that?
I had been speaking English the whole time without worrying about making mistakes.
That's wonderful.
I wasn't thinking about grammar or perfect pronunciation anymore. I was simply enjoying the conversation.
And that's when real learning happens.
I think so too.
Did you exchange names before leaving?
Yes. Before he left, he smiled and said, "It was nice talking with you. I hope we meet again someday."
What did you say?
I replied, "It was nice talking with you too. Have a great weekend."
Such a friendly ending.
We shook hands, smiled, and went our separate ways.
So, what did you learn from that unexpected conversation?
I learned that English isn't only about textbooks or classrooms. Sometimes one simple conversation with a stranger can teach you more than an hour of studying.
I couldn't agree more.
And that conversation gave me the confidence to speak English more often.
That's an inspiring lesson.
But my day wasn't over yet.
Really? Something else happened?
Yes. On my way home, I faced another everyday problem that every English learner should know how to handle.
Now you've got me curious again. I have a feeling today's story still isn't over.
You're right, Emily. I thought the rest of my day would be quiet, but just before I went home, I ran into one more small problem.
Oh? What happened this time?
After leaving the coffee shop, I walked to the bus stop because I wanted to go to the bookstore across town.
Sounds like a nice plan.
It was until I looked into my wallet.
Don't tell me.
Yes, I realized I didn't have enough cash for the bus.
That's something many people have experienced.
Luckily, I remembered I had a transportation card. I took it out and got on the bus.
Problem solved?
Not quite. When I tapped my card on the card reader, it made a loud beep beep instead of the normal sound.
Uh-oh.
The driver looked at the screen and said politely, "I'm sorry, your card doesn't have enough balance."
That's a very useful sentence for learners.
I was a little surprised because I thought there was still money on the card.
So what did you say?
I smiled and asked, "Is there a place where I can top up my card?"
Great question.
The driver pointed to a machine near the bus stop and replied, "Yes, you can add money there and take the next bus."
That's helpful.
I thanked him and got off the bus.
Were you disappointed?
A little, but I reminded myself to stay calm. Getting angry wouldn't solve anything.
That's a good attitude.
I walked over to the ticket machine, but there was another problem.
Seriously?
Yes. The machine had instructions in both Japanese and English, but I wasn't sure which button to press.
What did you do?
I noticed a woman standing nearby, so I politely asked, "Excuse me, could you show me how to add money to my card?"
That's a perfect way to ask for help.
She smiled and said, "Of course, it's very easy."
Nice.
She showed me each step slowly. First, she told me to place my card on the reader. Then she showed me where to insert the money. Finally, she told me to press the green button.
Was everything okay after that?
Yes, the screen showed my new balance, and I thanked her by saying, "Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it."
I'm sure she was happy to help.
She smiled and replied, "You're welcome. Have a nice day."
I love simple conversations like that. They're natural, polite, and very useful.
Me too. A few minutes later, I got on the next bus without any problems.
Did your transportation card work this time?
Yes, this time it made the correct sound.
That's good to hear.
As I sat down, I started thinking about everything that had happened that day.
What was going through your mind?
I realized something important. Every problem I faced had one simple solution.
Really? What was it?
I wasn't afraid to ask questions.
That's such an important lesson.
Every time I asked politely, someone was willing to help me.
Exactly. Most people are kind when they see that you're trying your best.
And every conversation helped me become a little more confident.
That's how real English learning happens, not only in the classroom, but also in everyday life.
I couldn't agree more.
Before we finish today's episode, let's think about everything that happened.
Today started with a simple plan. I just wanted to buy a cup of coffee and enjoy a quiet morning.
But instead, you accidentally ordered the wrong drink, picked up someone else's coffee, met a friendly stranger, and even had trouble using your transportation card.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a very busy day.
It certainly was, but every small problem became an opportunity to practice English.
That's exactly what I learned. Real life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's okay.
Many English learners worry about making mistakes.
I used to worry about that too.
But today's story shows something different.
Yes, making mistakes isn't the end of the conversation.
It's often the beginning of learning something new.
Every time I asked a question, I learned a new expression.
Every time someone answered you, you practiced listening.
Every time I replied, I practiced speaking.
That's why everyday life can become your English classroom.
You don't need perfect grammar to solve everyday problems.
You don't need a huge vocabulary either.
What you need is the confidence to speak.
Even simple expressions like, "Excuse me, could you help me? Could you repeat that, please? Thank you very much," can completely change a situation.
Those 4 sentences have helped me so many times.
And they'll probably help our listeners too.
So here's today's challenge.
The next time you go to a coffee shop, supermarket, restaurant, or train station, try using one English sentence.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Just be polite.
Speak clearly.
Listen carefully. And don't be afraid to smile, because a smile is understood in every language.
Very true.
We hope today's story showed you that learning English doesn't always happen through textbooks.
Sometimes the best lessons happen when things don't go exactly as planned.
So remember today's message.
Every problem
Has a solution.
and every conversation.
Is another chance to improve your English.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
We hope you enjoyed today's story and learned some useful English expressions that you can use in your own daily life.
Keep practicing a little every day.
Keep speaking with confidence.
Keep learning from every experience.
And we'll see you in the next episode of TalkMaster English Channel.
Until next time.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
everyone.
everyone.
Have a wonderful day and happy English learning.